Hi, terrific to have your company, and in perfect weather conditions, we welcome you to Ringrose Park in Sydney's West for very much the Battle of the West today. It's round 16 New South Wales Cup action, and the combatants are the Wentworthville Magpies and the Windsor Wolves. Both sides having strong affiliations with NRL clubs Parramatta and Penrith respectively. There is no doubt over the last month on the program we've had four blockbuster games, and today it looks like another one in prospect. Let's have a look firstly at how they performed last weekend. In terms of Windsor, massive losers to Auckland by 44 points to 4, and Wentworthville 36 points to 16 winners over the Central Coast. Now we'll have a look at the starting lineups, commencing with Windsor. The side is Walker, Tausa, Gordon, Mate, Croft, Walker, Syker, Paulo, Goldsmith, Powanecki, Fatiaki, Paulo and Lafayette, and the coach is of course Guy Missio. The Wentworthville Magpies, a stack of first-grade experience here. Chris Walker at the back, Chris Hicks on the wing, Savage, Faliga, Uasali, Humble, Mortimer, Pilatalizi, Hunt, Manu Fakoa, Ryan, Rennie Matua, Danny Howard, plenty of strike power on the bench, and the coach is Brett Cook, who's been associated with the Wentworthville Magpies for many, many years. Good to have your company today. Make sure you stick around over the next 90 minutes. Really looking forward to this game. Right now, it's a very good afternoon to Drury Forbes.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tappy. Plenty of sunshine down here at ground level at Ringrose Park this afternoon, and we're joined by Wenty 5'8", Tom Humble. And Tom, Wenty really on a roll. You've won your last three, going for 4 in a row.
Yeah, we've had a pretty strong team for the last couple of weeks, so that's been a big contributor to our wins. We lost a close one to Newtown before those wins, but it's good to find some form.
Now, since we've last spoke, Anthony Mitchell has departed the club. The reaction there, he was certainly a great clubman for Wentworthville. Yeah,
he was a big part of the team, obviously being our hooker and a quality player as well. So, it's a big loss, but a big gain for the Roosters as well, and all the best to him.
How about yourself personally? You've been back for a month or so now. Started at fullback, now you're at 5'8". What position do you prefer, and how are you building a combination with Morts?
Good. I'm enjoying 6. That's my preferred position. So I was just back at 1 till I could find some match fitness. And me and Morts have played together a few times, and we're improving week by week.
Is it true, Tom? Are you the quickest man in the New South Wales Cup?
Oh, I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. There's some pretty quick boys, so I wouldn't bet on myself.
Best of luck today, mate.
Thanks very much, mate.
Well, to this game once again. Terrific to have you with us on Fox Sports around Australia. Round 16 action. Windsor Wolves on the pitch, ready to do battle with the Wentworthville Magpies. Joining commentary this week as a special guest co-commentator, former Balmain Ride Eastwood skipper Lee Bennett, filling in for Peter Mulholland. Good to see you, Lee.
Good to see you too. Great day for footy.
Yep, barely a breeze to speak of. And
wait for the kick.
Referee Nguyen now signals time on, and we are underway from the boot of Harry Syker. All sails down. Spectacular catch there from the outset by Matty Ryan, who of course just recently linked up with the Wentworthville Parramatta Eels joint venture. Now Faliga was the next man forward, crunched in defence by 3 Windsor Wolves. Centre Lafayette was there, as was Dwan Powanecki. Now we see Manu Kafawa going forward, and met by the infinitely smaller Harry Syker, who made a good tackle. Now the lock forward, Danny Howard, goes downfield on tackle number 4. Plays it back to Matt Hunt. Hunt looks a little fitter, I've got to say, in 2011. That is tackle 5, and undoubtedly will be going downtown with a big kick. Mortimer elects to pass to Humble. It's a grubbing style kick, and gee, at the back there, mistake by the man in 22, Kieran Croft. It's been called a knock on, Lee.
Yes, Kieran Croft, he's just come up from the Bundy Cup, and I think the nerves may have just got the better on him on this one. I think he takes his eyes just off the ball for a split second, and just a little mistake there.
So the Magpies will get the benefit of the loosened feed and go straight on the attack. 10 metres out. Paul Osborne and Stephen Kearney, Eels CEO and head coach respectively, here today, watching the likes of Mortimer go through their paces. And Daniel is tackled 9 metres out. Man in 25 making the tackle was Paulo, and now here's Armit. Armit was in fact named on the bench, but the coach switching him and starting the match. As we now come across to Humble again. Ryan, he'll be hard to stop, a couple of metres out, driving towards the line. The Windsor defence was good though, equal to the task. Cody Walker got in there. and effected a good tackle. Now back to the open side. Awful pass out of acting half. This is Humble, and he comes back the other way. Good chance with Hicks going for the line, and Chris Hicks, is he across the line? He certainly is. That's try time, and the Magpies open the scoring today. They race to a 4-0 lead with a kick-to-come lead.
Yeah, that was a fair try to Chris Hicks there. He created something out of nothing there. There was plenty of work. He obviously had a few defenders to beat, and off the right foot there, comes in with a bit of a bump and a spin, and strength gets him across the line.
There would be few wingers in the New South Wales Cup with comparable experience to that of Chris Hicks. So once again we see the importance of that mistake of Kieran Croft, giving possession back to Wentworthville, 10 out, and they have paid the ultimate price, the visitors. Now Humble, that's the angle he's working with. Metre in from the western touchline, and has got it away. Pretty good in flight, but has hit the left upright. So unsuccessful. Score remains 4-0 after almost 3.5 minutes of play. It's a beautiful day here, as I've mentioned. Let's go down to our sideline eye. It's Drury Forbes.
Yeah, good afternoon, gents. Welcome to the commentary box. Lee, literally not a cloud in the sky here at Wentworthville today, Ringrose Park. It's like a summer's day as we see the Magpies off to a cracking start once again. Now, a couple of personnel changes today. Wentworthville, since we've last seen them as our match of the week, have lost the heart and soul of the club, Anthony Mitchell, who's moved on to the Newtown Jets. So Matt Hunt gets his chance for the rest of the season at hooker. And of course, Matt Ryan starting, as well as Rennie Matua, who have come off the bench in recent weeks. As for Windsor, they've had a couple of changes as well. They've let go Dane Laurie since we've last seen them, and Arana Tamata not starting today. They really need a win, Windsor, not the ideal start.
No, you can say that again. And here's a penalty from the whistle of Nguyen. He ran out of patience there, Lee, as we take another look at it.
Yeah, he's just come in. He's got Yelene Gordon and I believe it's Tuiasa just for holding down a little bit too long there, and it's not ideal to get a penalty in this stage of the game.
Expert comments from former Balmain Right Eastwood skipper Lee Bennett, now retired and working for the West Tigers, and working with us today, in fact for the next couple of weeks, with Peter Mulholland unavailable. Now Hunt to Manu Kafawa, and Big Manise hard and straight, wrapped up by 3 Wolves who'll play the ball centre field, and Wentworthville, they're working back downtown again. Here's an inside ball to the very talented Matt Ryan. He's a difficult man to tackle, that high leg action. Now to Humble at first receiver, links up with Mortimer, quickly onto the chest of Chris Walker, on the outside to Savage. Now the winger is Uasale. He threw it back infield. Unfortunately for Wentworthville, it went to Yelene Gordon, so the Wolves, for the first time in the game, actually have the use of the football lead. Yeah, definitely. They got let off the hook there. It was good ball movement, but Etchinilly going over the sideline lets Windsor back in off the hook. Here's McConkey Tausa. Has been running around in Windsor colours for a number of seasons now. Goldsmith gets the pass away to the front rower, Dwan Hoaneki. And struggling downfield, good defence there from Armit. Windsor, not a bad set this one actually. They're making some good metres. The Magpies bench is watchful. Now it's Cody Walker, and he drills that down to the northwestern corner. The speed machine, Chris Walker, is there. Picks it up just on his own line, and unable to advance the footy more than about 5 metres. Speaking about experience in first grade, Wentworthville has stacks of it, Lee. Oh, definitely. You just go through the back line there, from their halves right through to their 3/4 and wingers and fullback there. There's plenty of NRL experiences there. Yep. Walker, former Origin player. Rennie Matua, former Origin and Australian player. Matt Ryan, meanwhile, goes forward. He's certainly making his intentions known from the outset. He's had plenty of touches already. The big redhead. Now Manu Kafoa away to Ryan again. He comes back on the angle towards the centre. 3 Windsor players there. Powaneki, Goldsmith. 4-0 to Wentworthville after 7 minutes of play. Pitch is looking a little tired. It's generally one of the more lush grounds we go to. That being said, wow, a great 40-20. I digress. So Wentworthville get the loose and feed, and the kick downtown was an absolute beauty. And, gee, things are going perfectly for the Magpies thus far, Lee.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel Mortimer had a bit of pressure there for that 40-20 kick. He got it away nicely and bounced out and gives them great attacking position here.
All right, so Maggie's on the attack. Mortimer. Now out the back it comes. This is Humble. Will he take them on or pass? He passes to Cull Faliga. Faliga knows his way to the try line. That time Windsor equal to the task, though. Cody Walker making another important tackle. Here's Hunt out of acting half. He dives. Sufficient bodies beneath him, however. And plays it back to Ryan. Now this is Mortimer. Steps. Yolene Gordon racing up quickly out of the line. Affects the tackle with a little bit of help from a couple of mates, including Dwan Pawaneki. And Mortimer's been hurt there. Now Humble. Inside ball to Danny Howard. Now that was a little on the predictable side. Windsor were there in numbers. 8.5 minutes gone on the clock here. Humble to the line. He's got Ryan on his right. Used Faliga back on his inside. Faliga set sail for the line, but is tackled by Reece Goldsmith. Here's Mortimer. A grubbing kick in behind them. It's been touched by a Windsor player. It wasn't played out according to the referee. It's still the last tackle. Kick in the air by Mortimer. Stacks on the mill here. Wentworthville got their hands on it. I think Chris Hicks made a touch. It was a knock on the last tackle. It is a changeover.
Yeah, definitely. The momentum definitely going with the Wentworthville Magpies at this stage of the game. Windsor let off the hook again, luckily down on the line there.
So Drury, at this early stage of the game, Magpies have been at camp really in Windsor's 20 for almost a duration.
Yes, they certainly have, Windsor, and I think they just need to, go back to basics, at least in the short term, finish their sets and just get a good kick away at the end and build some confidence. Just on another note, David, prop for Wentworthville, Pele Talisi, just a slight niggle in the warm-up, and he actually is starting on the bench today, and he's looking to come on shortly.
Yeah, that was the switch that Coach Cook made with Armit ahead of kick-off, because Pele Talisi, they had some concerns about him in the warm-up. Manu Kafawa now, dummied, elected to take the tackle. Gee, he's a big unit, isn't he? Gets to his feet now. Hunt away to Humble. Humble playing a lot more first receiver than Daniel Mortimer is, and there's a mistake by Wentworthville. First time they've made an error in this game. Another look, Lee.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see Windsor complete a set and get a kick down the other end of the field at this stage. Wentworthville are just hammering the Windsor Wolves at the moment, building a lot of pressure.
Uses a lot of energy when you're tackling relentlessly. Here's McConkey Tayausa. Wrapped up Rennie Matua. A couple of others in there, including Danny Howard, now from Goldsmith. Pass away to Kieran Croft. And Croft is easily handled by Nathan Armit. Goldsmith, and this is the lock forward. Jesse Seda-Lafeo. Good grassing tackle. Armit again doing the honours around the legs with Hunt across the top. Now in 25, it's Joseph Paulo. Some second phase by the Wolves for the first time today. Good to see them come downfield. I think this is Junior Paulo now in possession. And he'll play at centre field back to Goldsmith. He elects to go right. Syker wanted it. He got it.